Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 3. Last time, we tackled Fort Constantine, everything that went along with that. However, in the comments to my Museum of History video, well, two things really happened. First of all, I learned a great new term for the state I was in, from YouTube user Grief Grumble the Mauler, drunk to flammability, which is a fantastic term I'm going to use from now on. But in terms of game stuff and why I'm headed back here, somebody else pointed out that I, in my drunken rambling, failed to get Lincoln's hat from inside the Museum of History lower... I can't remember what the zone is called. Offices. Museum of History offices. So, it's an oversight that I'll be correcting right now. Looks like this place is still clear. That's good. The hat is in this room with all the rubble. Right there. So, I did miss it, but all's well that ends well. We have Lincoln's hat now. And now we can return to what I stated would be the goal for this video, the Charisma Bobblehead, which is found inside Vault 108. This will be a fairly short segment because there's no exploration to do. We've explored everything we've explored everything around and potentially on the way to Vault 108 already. So we can basically, head straight there. It's northwest of the Corvega factory, which, if I can find it, is right here. Northeast, I mean. That's it, already appearing on our compass. Let's move that direction. Oh, I'm not drunk today, and I'm not going to talk about politics. I am drinking a cider. I probably should get drunk, considering what tonight's sporting event is. I'm really having to get on the football bandwagon and try to make myself enjoy that sport. Because... oh, good lord. The Broncos are outstanding. I gain karma for killing these hunters, whoever they are, but I need to be careful about exploding the car. Oh shit. Well, we might get a different random encounter altogether and not deal with the hunters after all. Anyway, those of you who pay my American viewers, and I don't think there are any people outside America, but I could be wrong, who watch American football, know that Peyton Manning just broke Brett Favre's touchdown record because he's a boss. It's a great time to be a Broncos fan. They have a real shot at not simply reappearing, but winning the Super Bowl. On the other hand, my actual sport that I really enjoy and watch with regularity is hockey. One could have been forgiven for believing that the Colorado Avalanche had finally turned it around based on their surprise division championship last year. One would be wrong based on their performance out the gate. We're 7 games in, and the Avalanche are 1-4-2. Now, one could argue this is simply a slow start and they'll get better. I disagree with that argument because I watch every game and they are just playing terribly. I mean, they're awful. And it's hard for me to see how they're going to get better in time to make any kind of real competitive run at the division or at the Stanley Cup. So, I have an Avalanche game to watch tonight. We're going to play the Vancouver Canucks. And I kind of want to be drunk for that. But I want to do a video first. So on we go. We've killed 3 hunters, all of whom are carrying strange meat, and we're actually after a couple of wastelanders. So we can pretty safely assume that the cannibalistic hunters were actually hunting. Now, I don't know where their victims went, if they successfully killed them, or if they just ran off and disappeared. I see no green hash marks on my compass, and you'll recall we now have 10 perceptions. That means there's nothing anywhere near me. And yeah, with that I'm just gonna have to conclude, because I also don't see any bodies anywhere along the road where they would have been running. Let's do one more sweep, just for certainty's sake, before I declare that the Wastelanders got away and are now gone. That's just an iBot. People were up here shooting. I'm trying to remember the direction they were shooting. I think they were firing this way, weren't they? Hey! 2 green hash marks. 3 green hash marks. Looks like we saved some Wastelanders. Not all of them. I don't know why searching that corpse is in red. Oh, well this is not it.
Thanks for not attacking us. Most people don't tolerate ghouls.
What are you doing wandering around out here?
We were on our way to Underworld, but we couldn't make it past the super mutants. So now we're just going to find our own place in the wasteland.
What is Underworld?
It's a city of ghouls. It's the only place in the wasteland that belongs to our kind. It's hidden inside the Museum of History.
I don't have time to deal with this. There's no nice way to exit the conversation. Oh well.
Then leave. We'll do just fine without you.
So that gets Underworld on your map if you haven't already found it. Well, it looks like at least one of the Wastelanders got killed. There's her body. What do you suppose about the other one? Well, I can't find a body anywhere. They were shooting this direction. And I found something else. Those ghouls are a second random encounter, which is kind of neat. Oh, look, a dog. Come here, dog. Come here, dog. Here, boy. Oh, aren't you sweet? Another question I want to ask, as I violate my own rule. Another question that was asked that I want to answer, as I violate the very precept I'm about to address, is why have I spent the game so obsessed with getting one-shot kills when I have so much shotgun ammo? Well, the answer is shotgun ammo is not the limiting factor in my use of the combat shotgun. What is the limiting factor, as some of you, especially in the late stages of the game, as some of you have already noticed, is weapon maintenance. I think a fully repaired shotgun only gets, I want to say, 53 shots before it needs repairs. It's some very low number along those lines. And so when viewed in that light, and that's to go from fully repaired to breaking. So when viewed in that light, the only sensible thing to do is get as many one-hit kills as possible. Ah, paralyzed on the 4th hit. Good. Oh, Jesus. Something else is coming at me. I don't know if it has spotted me or not. I don't think it has, but it looked like it was just a Yaogwai, so I don't care that much either. It's taking an eternity to kill. There we go. Alright. I'm giving up on the search for the second Wastelander. Let's just head into Vault 108. Oh, but what are these red marks? Of course they demand investigation. What are you talking about? One's just a rad scorpion. They're both just rad scorpions. Well. Oh, I needed to get a little closer. Maybe aim. There we go. Delightful. Let's go murder the other one. Then, I think, we'll be free to enter Vault 108. Vault 108's an oddball little location, with both the backstory and what you have to do to get through it. But it's quite easy. That's probably why the Charisma Bobblehead may be the most useless bobblehead in the game, is your only reward for getting through. But, nonetheless, we're gonna do it, and as soon as we do, we'll have a perfect character. Oh, let's head inside. Here we have a dead Wastelander. He's got Med-X and Mentats. Dead mole rat. Doors open. Vault is not in good shape. Much like Vault 106, where we found the science bobblehead earlier. Let's have a look at the entrance room. There's nothing in here. Great. Ah, mole rat! Really? Aww. It's almost cute. The mole rat wants to play. Good night. I got a few cans on the ground. I think I just accidentally grabbed the bent one. No, I didn't. Good. Dead Raider. Some 5.56 ammo. That's actually something. And onward into the next room. We got more cans. La-di-da. Another mole rat. Another mole rat. Great fun blasting both of them. A few cans on the ground. Skeleton. We can continue south. To the west of us is a door to the Vault 108 living quarters. I heard something. There's a silenced 10mm pistol. Up here, note the stealth boy on the desk. That's pretty cool. Let's keep going south for the moment. Take care of the zone we're in. I'm going to turn my Pip-Boy light off. Facilitate better sneaking. There's another dead mole rat. Here's someone in a vault jumpsuit. Gary 42. Well, that's weird. Let's see now. We got cans in here. Let's make sure we get all of them. Let's march even further south to the reactor, which is actually still firing just a little bit. In here, in addition to some extra cans, we have besides the side rooms, a door to Vault 108 Cloning Lab. Interesting. Let's head east first. In this area, we've got a can. If we hop up here, we have another pair of cans. And if we sneak back here, there's a Nuka-Cola Quantum. And in a very common bug that console players will just have to deal with, the copy of Tumblers Today has brushed through the stepladder and is only accessible if you can turn off collision, which I of course can. So there is a copy of Tumblers Today in there. Superfluous to me, of course, but there it is. Now let's check the side room to the west, where we find a toolbox. Good. Empty metal boxes. Death. And a second reactor. With nothing inside the room, except an empty footlocker. So, do we go to the living quarters, or do we go to the cloning lab? Cloning lab is where the bobblehead is, so that being the target, naturally, we'll go loot the living quarters first. Let's head inside. There's a dead wastelander. Alright. That was Gary 33. Gary 29. Gary 33 has nothing but his jumpsuit. Ooh, that Gary is shooting at us. Gary 29 has a jumpsuit and a lead pipe. Let's search this little side room while that other Gary looks for us. We have a vacuum cleaner, empty stuff, a toolbox with a few actual goodies. That metal box has 2 scrap metals, railway spikes, first aid box, purified water and stim pack. Good. That's it for this room. Well, let's head into the atrium zone. Let's search the big base room we're in first. There's Gary. Gary 32. He's not strong. I'll take his ammo, though. Alright. More stuff over there, so we need to keep sneaking. Those lockers are empty. Now, besides where we came in, I see 2 stairways and 4 side rooms. It almost makes me think somebody likes Pokemon. The way they just walk around saying, "Ah, Gary." Okay. Let's start here. And then we'll just work our way clockwise. This room's got a can, a few more cans, a couple more cans, still more cans, a vacuum cleaner, and that's it. Let's hit the southeast room next. Vacuum cleaner under the table. Bed to use if needed. And that's all. Let's hit the southwest room now. Another vacuum cleaner. Another usable bed, and that's it. And finally, the northwest room, the cafeteria. We got a rad roach. We got 2 rad roaches. We'll gauntlet them. They aren't worth the shot. There's roach 1. There's roach 2. And there's roach 3. I guess roaches like the cafeteria, go figure. Alright. Let's look around. Nothing. Not even cans. Oven does have a pilot light. Nothing in the fridge. Nothing with the next set of tables. Nothing with the next set of tables. Let's look at the counter. On the counter is a copy of Pugilism Illustrated. Back here is a whole lot of nothing, except the fridge, which also has nothing. Through this door, marked reactor, we simply find a barricade. Fair enough. That leaves us with 2 stairways. We can go down or up. Let's go up first. So that we can clear out the upper level of the atrium. Gary! That one was Gary 27. Alright. Oh, nothing up here but 3 rooms to loot. Let's just keep going with our clockwise theme and hit this northeast room first. Nothing, nothing, nothing in the metal box. Nothing in the footlocker, nothing in that metal box. Another usable bed, another vacuum cleaner, and that's it. Alright, well, let's cross the bridge and check the other 2. Southeast first. Toolbox, great. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright. And southwest. We got a vacuum cleaner. We got a toolbox. And we've got a safe with an easy lock. Oh, by all means, let's spring that. For a whopping 3 bottle caps. And now, let's head down the stairs. Here we've got another entrance to the cloning lab. And in here we've got an empty locker, a first aid box, 2 more empty lockers, and another easy locked safe. That's it for the living quarters. Pretty simple. Let's head into the cloning lab. Hi, Gary 36. Let's fully clear the room we're in before we go for either exit. The trash bins are empty. So, we can go southeast, southwest to the female dorm, or we can go northwest, toward the reactor. Let's check the reactor room first. I should say to a reactor. The room is empty. Alright, well, let's go southeast then. Farther south or farther east? Let's keep going east. Inside this room, there's a steam gauge assembly. And a whole lot of nothing. Let's march east. Toolbox, good. Here's a medical room. Nothing. Nothing. You can see a Gary behind the partition. Let's just head back there now. Gary 41 had a knife and a Vault 108 jumpsuit. He's dead now. He's messing with a dead Wastelander. We have surgical tubing. More lockers. This one has 2 scrap metals in it. That's something. Here's more tubing. Great. I see 2 more Garys. Let's kill the one with the gun.
Gary!
That's 2 dead Garys. 43 has a knife and a jumpsuit. Gary 1 has a pistol with some ammo. Great. That seems to be it for this whole little zone. Here's a big pile of cans. Whoop-de-fucking-do, I know. More lockers. Then as we head even farther south, we got a room to the north and a room to the east. First, let me search these 3 lockers. There's nothing. Let me go deal with this Gary that I just saw wandering out here. Gary 47 has been handled. Now in the rest of this room, there's 2 cans. Now let's head into this little area in the middle. Stopping at the first aid box, of course. There's a copy of Lying Congressional Style here on the southern side of the room. And over here to the north is the Bobblehead-Charisma. The inscription on the base reads, "Nothing says pizzazz like a winning smile." And now, we've got 100 in every stat and 10 in every special. That's fun. There's another Gary. Gary 17. He's done. Let's pop out here to the south. Let's backtrack west first. Let's backtrack all the way and then close the loop going forward. I like that idea. There's that. Excellent. cans on the ground. I actually don't think I've been in this room. He talks about closing loops. He almost skips. There's another Gary. Not for long. Gary 25 has been handled. Oh, he had a Magnum. Good. And now this gets us back to the original split. We've done the room on the left. Let's hit the room on the right. Empty locker. Cloning log. A note. Corruption detected. Attempt partial recovery. Gary 53 is hostile toward all non-clones, as was case with previous 52 attempts. We may have to consider a means of disposal of the pre-existing Gary clones, as the observation rooms are getting quite full. Attempt 54. Gary 54 exhibits no change in hostility toward non-clones. If anything, he is even more hostile. Dr. Peterson can attest to this, having been injured while examining Gary 54. Tomorrow we are going to dispose of several of the Gary clones, which will leave room for many more attempts. End salvaged data record. Well, that pretty much explains what happened. Here's a very easy locked safe. Let's get it open. Take ammo, caps, and pre-war money. Always good. Now let's continue with our loop closing. There's a Gary asleep in here. Hi, Gary. Hi, Gary. That was Gary 12. He's gone. His room is empty apart from him. So we can march east. Let's hit this little room. We got cans. Cans galore. Steam gauge assembly. And that's it. And we've shut the loop. Hooray. Let's head east into new territory. Exploring the rooms along the side as we go. Nothing in here. This door is open, but there's nothing in here. That seems to really be going somewhere, so let's do the obvious storage room at the end first. Nothing useful. Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Alright. Guess we can make our way through here and head up the stairs. Empty locker, another door. Another, I think these are security offices. Combat helmet, great. Nothing. First aid box, with a stim. More empty lockers. Hey! Ammo boxes! Something unambiguously useful. Good. Farther up. Okay. And we found our way back to the Vault 108 entrance, which means we are done with Vault 108, and pretty much done with this video. Let's go offload, and I'll talk about what we're gonna do next time. It will be substantially longer. Even though we have a natural 10, well, I'll do this I'll do this spiel after I offload. Let's just head to Megaton.
All of us here thank you for everything you've done. For us. For the wastes. It's the...
The stim pack, hey, that's actually good.
Of the capital wasteland, it is I, $3.
Alright, in here we'll drop the Nuka-Cola Quantum and all this garbage. Nope, not the pre-war money.
You're listening to the adventures of me, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and my stalwart, cool manservant Argyle. Today's episode,
Let's drop the Charisma Bobblehead. Only 2 left, energy weapons and luck. We didn't find anything unique.
1 second.
Didn't find any explosives.
Stand still.
My Lincoln stuff.
You magnificent bastard. You
The repeater I'm leaving in here.
yet, boss. We still need to get out of here. Let's go, while the guard's away from the front
I'm gonna
gate.
put Lincoln's hat in here
So
too.
fast, my flesh-rotten friend. That girl we came in with.
You'll notice it
We're the
raises
only
your
judge
intelligence
she's
and your
got.
speech
Come
by
on.
5.
Always with the tales.
Up here in the questables, I'm gonna drop my purified water and my stealth boy
All right. She's
and
on
my
to
scrap
that.
metal.
They call it the box. First, we need to remove that guard. Allow me.
Do all that jazz. Head out to the caravans. Anyway, as I mentioned, we do have a natural 10 in luck because of a lucky 8-ball. Well, I shouldn't call it a natural 10 then, should I? We have a 10 in luck because of the lucky
Looking for
8-ball.
that special something.
But we don't actually have a natural
Let's
10 in
see
luck.
what the good
We
doctor
still
has in
need
his
to
magic
get
bag.
the luck
Shall we?
bobblehead, which is found in Arlington National
Thanks.
Cemetery, which
See you
will be our next target. Unlike getting the Charisma bobblehead, there is a ton of exploration to do in and around Arlington. And that, my friends, is what we're going to do next time on Let's Play Fallout 3. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.